Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today to listen to my talk. What comes first, the followers or the paid jobs? My name is Chia Fernandez and I welcome you today to my home rather than being at the photography show in Birmingham, which I would much prefer to be looking at all your faces from the stage than staring at a camera, but here we are and we're going to make the most of it. I want to start sharing with you my Instagram following. I have 2,300 followers, of just gone over 2,300 followers. Some of you may have been on my Instagram account and seen that. And it is not many. I know for some of you that may sound like a lot, but compared to other very successful Instagram photographers, it's not much. However, I have managed to be a professional photographer and to get paid jobs without having to have a big following. So I think that answers the question on regards to my actual work. And what I'm going to try to do today is to bring some clarity to you about whether it's worth to spend all that time on Instagram trying to get the followers and the likes, or if you should be spending that time on your photography and networking and talking to other people and then trying to get those paid jobs. I want to share with you some of my previous experience. I used to be a ex-photographer, a Fujifilm ex-photographer, which is like a brand ambassador, and finished my program with them last year. I have worked for Airbnb, D&AD, which is an advertising commercial agency from London. I have also worked for Audible, the V&A Museum. I've collaborated with travel magazine Suitcase. I was commissioned by Condé Nast Traveler last year to travel to South Africa for one of their feature pieces. Recently worked on the branding and all the photography for the launch of a cosmetic brand called Skin and Me. And very, very recently, in fact, you may have seen it on my Instagram, I have been collaborating with Maisie, which is a singer-songwriter that is going to become a superstar, so I encourage you to check her out. So that's some of the work I have done, and I want you to now think about my 2,300 followers and the type of work I've done and the clients I've worked with, and whether it actually makes any sense or correlate. Now I want to share with you the process I went through, because I don't want you to think that professional photographers don't struggle with social media and our relationship with social media. I have been for the past 6 years a professional photographer. Well, I started about 6 years ago to freelance and take work, and ever since, and I still do, feel overwhelmed with social media, specifically Instagram. I do obsess over followers. I do obsess over likes. I did a little bit of research, and that's how I came to terms with it. When I realized that Instagram has 95 million photographs uploaded per day, it was a big eye-opening, because I realized that there's so much competition that is very difficult to get the following, the genuine following that you may want and need, and also to get attention for jobs from social media and from Instagram. So I believe it's a great marketing tool, and I believe that it can serve very well as a portfolio. And that's the way I'm trying to use it right now. I try to use it as a blog, as a platform where I share any news that I may have. So I have recently started a print shop on my website. So I use it to advertise any new prints that I might have for sale, if there is any sales or any limited editions. I also share any, like my latest work for any clients. So I will make sure that I tag my clients on it, and then my clients will reshare it on their websites. And what that helps is to bring other future clients into my Instagram account, and then lead them to my website and see my work. So it is a great marketing tool, but I don't think you can measure how well you use it and your success as a photographer through followers or likes. And that becomes more and more difficult as time goes by. Although it is true that some potential clients in the past have asked for my Instagram account, and I always feel a bit nervous to whether my following is going to put my credibility as a professional photographer at stake. It is true that there are specific jobs where clients are going to have a preference towards those photographers that have a big following. I believe that having a big following is great and is positive, but it's going to happen organically, or you're going to have a big break and suddenly gain a lot of followers. And this is going to be by maybe a big profile with a big following sharing some of your content, or becoming a bit viral by something that you've done. But there is not secret formula to achieving this. And because of that, I would encourage you to spend the time and all your energy on focusing on your photography, on spending time with like-minded photographers, going to workshops, and then not so much on making sure that you're posting constantly on social media, but making sure that the content you're creating for your social media is organic, is genuine, and reflects your style and your personality. On the other hand, I had another realization on all these years that I've been using Instagram, and that was that I was putting a lot of effort and time on creating good content and then following the tips that everyone was sharing about creating obviously quality content, posting often, using hashtags, and then I would spend time researching the hashtags that I had to use. And then I came to a point where I realized I'm spending all this time that I could be spending looking for clients and for paid jobs. I was spending all that time and all that energy on Instagram, and I wasn't feeling fulfilled by it because the response wasn't really what I was expecting. And I was doing that for free. I wasn't getting paid for putting some of my best work out there and not even receiving the response that I thought I would get. And bear in mind, the response is literally just likes and comments. Unfortunately, as time goes by, people spend less and less time looking at photos on Instagram. So yeah, we scroll down and we look at these squares, and it's all very quick. So there's no really appreciation and even space on our mobile phone to appreciate the details of an image, the meaning. Some people don't even look at the captions. Some people look at captions and not the picture. So it is very difficult to actually have the response that you expect from these images. There are trends as well that people like to follow, and sometimes following trends mean leaving your true self behind, your true style behind you, just to sacrifice all of that to then get followers. Instagram will then become a business on its own, and that's absolutely fine. Like, I'm not saying that's not okay and that's not what you should do, because I do know of many photographers that started by becoming very popular on Instagram and gaining a big follower, and then that led them to becoming professional photographers, and that's an absolutely fine route to take. And if you think that you have what it takes to become very, very famous on Instagram, I encourage you to pursue that and to carry on sharing your work. If you think that you have a very niche idea that can create a big following, go on and go for it and tell me about it and share your handle with us so we can follow you and support you on this journey. But if what you want is to become a professional photographer and get commissioned to do shoots, I will encourage you to use Instagram as a marketing tool and to not really stress about the following and the likes. I would encourage you to spend more time outside of Instagram, investing time on creating a very professional website and looking for jobs on LinkedIn, Twitter, or even searching for jobs on Instagram that you can apply for. But yes, I think that if you're wondering whether it's worth it to spend all that time on it, no one really can give you the answer to whether you're going to become an Instagram superstar. And I think it has to happen organically, and if it happens, it's great, and I'm sure that you will get a lot of exposure, and it will be fantastic, and you will gain a lot of clients from it. But it's not required to have a big following and likes on social media or Instagram to become a professional photographer and get paid jobs and work with big clients. So go out there and push for the paid jobs and look for them, and don't let Instagram, your following or your likes take motivation of you or make you feel like you're not worth it, or like your credibility is at stake, because it is not like that. So the question is not what comes first, one thing or the other. Both things can come your way at any point. So there is no first followers and then paid jobs. There is not paid jobs and then followers. It could be that you will go on for your whole life with one thing and never the other as well. So I would say make sure that having not a big following doesn't take the motivation away from you to be a professional photographer. I absolutely adore my 2,300 followers, and I try to be as personable as I can with all of them. I reply to all my messages, all my private messages, and it's manageable, and I love it. I answer all the questions that they may have for me. I'm always open to meet anyone that wants to reach out to me and have a coffee and talk about photography, because I love meeting people and talking to people. And I hope that I can carry on doing so, even if my following carries on growing, or even if it goes down. But one thing that I have clear, and I fear not anymore, is that whatever happens with my Instagram account, and whether I have followers or not, my likes go up or down, I am still getting clients and paid jobs. So there is no pressure for me to be popular on Instagram anymore. And I'm just trying to use it at my advantage. And I think all of you should do the same, and feel and get rid of that pressure and that weight of having to be big on Instagram on these days. Enjoy looking at the success from others on social media and share it and be happy for them, but then make it work for you on any other way if Instagram is not working for you. And it is possible. You don't need the following to be a professional photographer. So I hope that this brought some clarity to you, and that you feel energized now to take your camera and carry on working hard. If you have any questions, stick around. Make sure you stick around, because I'm going to be available on a Zoom call for some questions. And if not, then make sure that you go to my Instagram, follow me, and send me a message and tell me you watched the talk, and I'll make sure to follow all of you back. Certainly reply to your messages, like I said, and then we can keep in touch for the future. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good day.